Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Online AP Stats. I am Mrs. Landon and so happy that you signed up to take this course. I want to give you a little overview here of what you can expect in this online course as we really get ready this entire year to prep you for this May exam that you're going to take for your national exam to try to get college credit. And that's really how this course is set up. So let's just take a handful of minutes here and I want to walk through what you can expect a typical chapter to look like and the resources you can find on the Schoology website here. Now, the first thing here is I actually popped up the calendar so you can get a view of what's going to be happening. We are a 0-hour course, and so I put that in the win time since it's an even number. So I have scheduled your assignments on win days and then obviously the Friday traditional day. This first week, what you're going to find is the win days are actually scheduled here for Tuesday and Wednesday, but I did put it on Thursday and Friday on the block days just to give you some more time to get acclimated and get ready. I do encourage you to do your assignments again on the scheduled win days. You will have a little bit of wiggle room to meet the official deadlines, but not a lot. So let's talk about this. What you're going to see posted on Schoology on the calendar is the due date. It's the recommended day that you do your assignment if you want to stay on pace. So if you look at this, when we kind of start into the full week where we have 5 days, you're going to notice here Wednesday and Thursday are win days. And so I have assignments for you. This is a block schedule. So what you're going to be finding is on the block schedule, a few more assignments. It's really going to be 2 days of work in an AP classroom. And then the Friday is just a traditional day. So we have a quite a bit shorter assignment for that. Most of our chapters will have 2 official deadlines. So if we look at here on the 23rd, you're going to see a deadline, and it says here it's up to and including the mid FRQ. That was here Friday the 18th. So all of your work up into including this Friday assignment must be done by this deadline to get credit. If it's not done by that deadline, any undone assignments will get 0 points and you cannot get those points back. You still need to do the learning though, because you have to learn the content to get ready for the May exam. So it's really just advantageous to stay on pace within, a few days. Again, you don't have to be right on pace. You're going to have here, this is the 18th. You're going to have this, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then Wednesday until you hit the deadline. So a little bit of wiggle room, which is nice. One change for this course that I've done is your testing is actually going to be all online. I do expect you to sign up though for the day and the hour that you plan to take a test, because right now the online tests are in the folders, but they're locked and they're not available for you to see. You're going to want to go to this testing reservation form before at least 12 hours before you plan on taking the test, so that I get the communication ahead of time and can add you and give you access to that exam. Course resources, you'll find a handful of things in here. I'm not going to go over a lot of the details. There's a welcome letter. There's a YouTube playlist of all of my videos in sequential order, so feel free to bookmark that if you want. Some registration information for getting onto the AP Board's website, which will have a separate video on specifically for that. The electronic link to our actual textbook. This right up here is what your textbook looks like, and I have a hard copy for each and every one of you. I highly recommend you come and get this hard copy book. It's a great book. So if you need some more information about a content I'm lecturing on, read in this textbook. It's a really nice, fairly easy read for being a math book. Some of you are very techie and you want this book online. You can access it. Let me know if you want your own code. I can give you a unique code that only you would have access to. This is more of a class view right now. There's also a formula sheet that you're allowed to use on your national exam. It's referenced here, but I'm going to give you a hard copy of that and a few other things. Now, right here is your course introduction, which is obviously where you are, so I'm not going to go into that one. But let's actually look at what a typical chapter would look like and what's expected of you. Your textbook covers 12 chapters, and this AP exam covers 4 topics within those 12 chapters. I've actually color-coded everything. So in first semester, you actually cover the first 3 topics. So we have here the green is exploring data, the orange is sampling surveys and experiments, and then the blue here is going to be about more probability and data. The last topic, again, we will cover in second semester on inferential procedures and things of that nature. If I click into this folder, though, they're all very similar in how they're set up. Every chapter is going to start with a specific question board. So if you have a question for me on any of the content, any of the specific homework, or just a topic that I'm lecturing on, feel free to go to this discussion board, post the question. Everyone will have access to your question. I'll respond to it and we can have a conversation about that. I really do like these question boards because it's a spot where everyone can kind of hear what's going on in the class. Since we're not physically in a classroom, this is kind of our way to simulate that we're in a class. You also can email me specific questions. I'm more than happy to take that. There's always a chapter resources, and in here you're going to find a link to some chapter helpful hints, things that kind of summarize a chapter, what I think is very important for you to know for your exams. And then a copy of the electronic version of the hard paper note packet that I give you in class. People that use iPads really like this because they can pull it up on their iPad and take their own annotated notes electronically versus using the hard paper copy. But I will supply the paper copy every chapter, and I do recommend you grab one. Every chapter is going to start with just a little bit of a topic of what's this chapter about. So for chapter 1, you can take a read just to kind of give you an idea. They're then broken down into various sections. So you're going to see here for every folder, this first one here is one of your first assignments, and it lists the learning objectives. So every folder has the learning objectives. I try to have a little kind of image or a GIF kind of showing what that particular folder is about, like a quick reference. You're going to notice here in this particular section, we talk about center and spread and shape. A nice quick reference. It's going to be fairly handy for you to take a look at. So within each folder, though, if I click into it, let me go to just this first one. What you're going to end up finding, again, is a very similar format. You're going to have some notes to take. So please watch this video. If you use the hard packet for notes, it's going to follow that note packet that I supply for you. You're then going to see an assignment format here, which is a practice. And it says here it's highly encouraged that you do this. These are practice problems actually from your textbook. They are embedded in your note packet, so you have a nice reference that you can look at. You do not have to do these. I don't grade them because I give you the answers. Let me show you. If you click into this assignment, you're going to find the practice PDF, which is in the note packet itself, but then you're going to find the solutions. So what I recommend that you do is if you want to take a look at those practice problems in your packet, try a few of them, come on over here and just go ahead, click on the view, and you can easily see what my handwritten solutions are for those particular questions. So this here is an example. Again, I'm always going to give you the solutions. If you ever want more practice for a test, these practice assignments are always great to go back to and take a look at too. Now, within these folders, though, you're going to find two different types of assessments that are formative, that are graded. One is a homework quiz. So if you click on this, what you're going to find, this is where you're going to have fill in the blanks, maybe some matching. You're going to have various questions. This one here is going to be a matching question. This one here is another matching one. Again, it could be fill in the blanks and things of that nature. You have 3 tries to attempt this assignment to get 80% proficiency. If you don't meet 80% proficiency after the 3rd try, you're locked out. Now, to move forward in your learning, you have to have 80% proficiency on all of the formative graded assessments, which are basically the green puzzle pieces, which are homework quizzes. And then you're also going to have some green puzzle pieces, which are multiple choice questions. If you're not proficient, you'll get locked out. Shoot me an email. Come and see me in class. Let's talk about it. Let me get you some help. Sometimes people will hit the 2nd try and they get stuck, and they'll email me after the 2nd try for more help. I'll then unlock it and you can move forward and hopefully meet your 80% proficiency or higher. Let's say you get 90% proficiency on the 1st try. If you're not happy with that, go for it. Go for 100%. Most students in this class aren't happy with just a less than 100% proficiency and will typically try to get 100% on all of their homework. I want to peek into this next section and show you another type that you could encounter. Here, actually, this is going to be very similar, so nothing different on this one. This section here, though, 1.1 DEF, if you click on that, You're going to see some other types of assessments. Again, watch the video, take the notes, do some extra practice on here if you want some more information, look at my solutions. Here you have another homework quiz. Again, fill in the blank, matching, things of that nature. This one also includes a work upload. So you're going to have to probably write out a paragraph or make a graph or something and upload the image so that I can grade it and give you feedback on that. These are not automatically graded. When you upload work, I manually grade them. Give me a day or two for sure, and I will get you some feedback and a score. This is the other type of thing that is a formative assessment. It's multiple choice questions. These are actually from the AP board. They're excellent practice for your exam. Notice on here in this folder what has to be done for the folder to be considered completed. This video has to be viewed. So if you haven't clicked and viewed this video yet, but you're trying to get this homework quiz, it's not going to let you. You must do the things in the progressive order. So watch the video, click on the practice, even if you're not planning on doing it, because it says you must view this item. Click that and this checkbox will go off. Now do this in this particular order. Okay. Now let's say you want to go on after section 1.1 DEF, and you notice that when you go back to this folder, 1.1 DEF doesn't say must complete isn't green. Well, there's something you didn't do that was required. Did you not click on the video? Did you not make 80% proficiency? Once this turns green and is must complete means you're done, and then this next folder would open up. Now, most of the chapters, I'm going to have a mid-chapter free response question, which I call an FRQ for free response. It's very standard lingo that we use in AP Stats. And this is kind of where that first deadline comes in, kind of that mid-chapter deadline. For this particular chapter, I do have you read a little bit about how the FRQs are scored. This is just going to happen one time. You're not going to see this again. You're going to click on this mid-chapter FRQ, and the question that I want you to answer is going to be embedded in here. On a separate sheet of paper, do your problem and upload it here, and then I will come back and grade it for you. You only get to submit this assignment one time. So unlike the green puzzle pieces, which give you 3 tries to get 100%, this is kind of a one-time shot. So do your best, use your notes, and you're more than welcome to ask me questions if you're not quite sure where to approach a problem. I probably won't give you the direct answer because I want you to think about it more, but I'll give you some suggestions on where to go with it. Now here I do have the deadline posted. This is just a page to read. It says here, all work up to and including the chapter 1 mid-chapter free response has a deadline of 3 p.m. on Wednesday, September 23rd. That was also on the calendar posted. Any work up to this point that's not posted by 3 p.m. on the 23rd gets a 0. I'm going to go into Skyward and give you zeros. You still need to go do this learning if you haven't done it yet because it's going to show up on the test. So you might as well just get it done by the deadline so you can get credit. Okay, this particular chapter has a few more sections. I'm not going to go into the details here. And then we wrap up our learning with this last section. How is it going to happen next? Well, I'm going to have a reference to have you reading the helpful hints. Look at the thing. You just must view the item. This is not graded, but view it. I highly recommend you take a look at this. I have some optional flashcards. If you want to do it, great. If not, I'm fine with that too. We do wrap up the chapter, though, with another FRQ. And this is very standard in all of the chapters. What you're going to find is I'm going to give you various FRQs to critique, and you're going to critique your own. Nothing in this end of the chapter FRQ is based on your accuracy. It's based on your critiquing. So if you click in here, I'll show you what this is typically going to be like. I have a free response question in here. Click on it and try it. Type in your answer. It just says make a submission. You're not going to be graded on this. Here I do have you again look at how things are critiqued in the FRQ for the first time. This is not going to be shown again in other chapters. Then I'm going to show you 2 different student responses, and I'm going to have you critique it. Give it a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Tell me why you're giving it that score. Easy points. You just have to post a comment, post a comment. Then I'm going to actually show you the real free response answer and just let you reflect on that, nothing to type. So that's one question. Then you're also going to have a second question. The second question, you're going to click on this assignment. It's going to have a different problem. Do that problem, and you're going to upload your answers to it. You're just going to upload it. You make a submission, easy points. I'm not going to grade it. You're then going to go and look at the solution that the AP board posted, then come on in and give yourself a critique of how you think you would have done. If you thought you did horrible on it, that's fine. Say I got a 1 and tell me why. If you think you got a 4, that's great. I don't grade it on what you got for a score. I grade it on just your reflection for that. The next thing is going to be a chapter review. It's not required, but I do want you to make a submission and try it. You are going to find its multiple choice and free response review in your note packet. It's printed out so you can see it. But I also have it here online so you can check your answers. The multiple choice are going to be very easy to check. You're going to just be prompted for the answer, type it in. You'll know immediately what the right answer is at the end. So it's not graded. It's just for you to see how prepared you are for your actual exam that's coming up. Feel free to ask me questions on this review or seek me out after it's corrected if you want more help. I also have a video walking through the entire review. So if you don't have a chance to come see me, but maybe it was the second free response question, you just weren't sure what to do, watch this video, fast forward to it, and just listen to that component. If you want to listen to how I did all 10 multiple choice, listen to how I went through and deduced the answers. I also have some optional multiple choice practice. You don't have to do this. If you click into this, you're going to find various questions and more answers that you can see and check your work. Now, this is a multiple choice test. There is a specific deadline, or this is the due date. This is the suggested due date, which is September 30th. So try to get it done on this day. Remember, when you take a test, you're going to want to go back and sign up and let me know on that registration time when you want to sign up to take your exam so I can put your name on here so you have access to it. Now, this test also for the chapter, there's some more free response practice. Then there's a free response test. I have both of these exams scheduled for the same day. This is a block day. It's a Win Wednesday. So it's a 90-minute period. That means you could take this exam and this exam on the same day if you wanted to. Now, the deadline is also posted here, but it's in the calendar. The deadline for this one is going to be Friday, October 22nd at midnight. So I'm giving you until beyond school hours because why? You can take these tests at home if you need to, okay? Get them done. If they're not done by this time, then you get zeros on any of the homework from this test, including the test. If the test isn't done, it's a 0 and you cannot retake the test. You must have all of your formative work in to qualify for a retake, so you would have missed out on that option. Okay. The last thing is retakes. Your tests are retakeable. I'll talk a little bit more about the process once we get closer to the first test being in its retake mode. But the retake does start after this deadline. So after this Friday, October 22nd, you would have 1 week to retake either the multiple choice and or the free response test if you would like to. The tests in this class are summative. So this is 80% of your grade. So if you're not happy or content with your score, you absolutely can retake. As long as the first criteria, though, all your formative work must be in by the first time you take this multiple choice test. If you have any missing formative work that's graded or not done adequately, you do not qualify for a retake. Now, if I go back to the home page, again, you're going to see the other chapters are set up in a very similar fashion to that. You always clearly have this quick kind of weekly look, or again, just go ahead. I love just kind of clicking here and getting a nice overview of what you can expect. And you can kind of see what your upcoming due dates and deadlines are. I hope this makes sense and it's going to be a great year. Please make sure to reach out to me with any questions that you have. My email is landon@277apps.org. Be careful, there is a Landon D out there. That's not me. People will send it to Denise Landon before me and I will never get it. So Landon N will be me and I will get that from there. So let's have a great year. Again, welcome to the class, and I hope this course gives you everything that you want and expect.